What's happening, y'all? Welcome to our 54-day Blitz training. I want to talk about the units in terms of your number for the success that you want to produce and create. Sapphire, as you all know, is the building block. It is the key foundation for the organization that you're going to build. So the objective is to develop and create as many sapphires as humanly possible. Now, your first goal is to become sapphire if you're not. And that's 15,000 in volume, okay? Now, sapphire is going to be largely dependent on you. Anyone can achieve sapphire just by putting in the work. You could literally go out and enroll 15 first class packs or 30 business class packs and it's done. You're a sapphire. So it's not a very difficult task to accomplish. And it really is dependent upon you, which is cool because as a recognition pin in the company, everyone looks at you differently. They know that you're serious, they know that you put forth some effort, and they know that you can get some stuff cooking on your own, which is great. Now, Ruby is about developing other sapphires within your organization. You can muscle your way to Ruby without sapphires, that's true, but it's simpler to just duplicate yourself. If you hit sapphire, then you can help other people hit sapphire and show them what to do. And again, it's just getting them to that 15,000 in volume because Ruby is 40,000 in volume. So now you're going to have duplication. You can't hit Ruby just by yourself. You have to have other individuals that are hitting some of the earlier ranks before Sapphire: director, senior director, executive, and then Sapphire. So director is only 2,500 in volume. Senior director is 5,000 in volume. Executive is 10,000 in volume. So those again are relatively simple to achieve, and as a sapphire, the more of those you're developing, that's obviously going to push you up as well. But 40,000 in volume is the number that you want to achieve in order to do that. Then next is emerald. That's 80,000 in volume. Now do the math on this. If you have 2 sapphires on your left and 2 sapphires on your right, you're going to hit emerald because I know you're saying, well, Ed, that's 30,000 volume left, 30,000 volume right. Understand, when you have sapphires, they're going to have more than just the 15,000 in volume. You don't ever hit a rank. I didn't hit sapphire at 15,000 in volume. I blew past sapphire. I was about 22,000 in volume when I hit sapphire. Like, I blew past it. So part of this is really you leading by example in terms of just your personal production, setting that pace, and then teaching it to your organization. Don't ever seek to hit the bare minimum number. When people go for sapphire, they want to go for 20, 21,000, 22,000 in volume, so they blow past it. So when you have 2 sapphires on your left, 2 sapphires on your right, that's going to get you to emerald. It's pretty simple. And then diamond, okay? Diamond is 200,000 in volume. Four sapphires on your left, 4 4 sapphires on your right, and you are diamond. Again, when you're teaching, don't ever run to the tape. Run through the tape. And if you and really put that, inculcate that into your organization, into their mindset. Don't run to the tape, run through the tape. So now you're going to have 4 sapphires with at least 20,000 in volume, okay? On one side, that's 80,000 in volume right there, and then you have 80,000 in volume on the other side. Ladies and gentlemen, you're not going to have just 80,000. It will be more than that because of the momentum, because of the duplication, and you will have some other individuals that are hitting director, senior director, etc. We're just simply identifying 4 leaders on your left and 4 leaders on your right. So one of the things that I am supremely focused on when I'm talking to people is I'm letting them know my goal is to break a sapphire in the first month. I'm looking for people that want to go sapphire in the first 30 days or less. And so I'm looking for 4 individuals that want to get that done. So I start with 4 and then I get another 4, okay? So I just keep it very simple. So when I'm recruiting, when I'm prospecting, when I'm doing presentations, when I'm talking to people, I'm looking for a certain type of individual. Now, it doesn't mean that I won't enroll people that are less they don't want that. People that are underachievers or they just want to hang out and make a few $100. Like I'll recruit them, but I'm specifically going to be spending my time as a talent scout looking for my 4. I'm looking for my 4 so I can have a starting 5. Now the starting 5 is going to be me plus four new people that want to run and gun. That's what I'm looking for during the course of our blitz. Now understand the sheer volume and velocity of what we're doing, the number of people that I'm talking to. I'm going to get a lot of volume regardless because I'm going to be putting people in, and I may not find my starting 5 in my first day or first week. It might take me 2 weeks. I don't know. I just know how to go through the numbers and I know exactly what I'm looking for so that I can attract that. But if you keep it simple and you have it in your mind, my very first goal, if I haven't done it already, is to break a sapphire. So first of all, if you're not sapphire, you need to break yourself. You need to become that as quickly as humanly possible. Okay, within our organization, 35 days, that's my record. Sandra Thomas did it in like 50 days. Lady L, Sabina, they did it in like, 58, 59 days, whatever it was. So we know that it can be done quickly, okay? And if you take all of us and combine our experience and expertise, we can certainly help you break sapphire in 7 to 10 days to 14 days, okay? Now, that's the simplifying of it. So whatever your number is, if your number is an income goal, understand that the sapphires are making between, it could be anywhere from 2,500 to 5,000. Doesn't mean that there are sapphires making more than that, but that's the range, 2,500 to 5,000 a month. Rubies are 5K to 8K a month. Emeralds are 8K to 15K a month. And then diamonds are going to be 20K plus, okay? Are there diamonds making, 80,000 a month? Yes, there are. But that's the range because it depends on how you're building structurally. It depends on the volume that you've accumulated. And if you're just barely hitting diamond at 200,000 versus blowing past it, then you're going to be closer to 20,000 a month than you are to 50,000 a month. You understand? So just know these are the ranges. And so depending upon your number, what your income number is, or you say to yourself, my number, Ed, is I want to have this many sapphires in my organization by the time we complete this run. I want to break this many rubies or emeralds, what have you, then that's going to be in alignment with whatever your specific outcome is by the time we wrap up on this 54-day run, okay? But that's pretty simple. Now what we're looking for, we have specific traits. Okay? So the first trait, what is the first trait? Resourceful. Influencer. Coachable. Competitive. Self-starter. So, self-starter. I'm looking for individuals that are self-motivated. I don't want to babysit. I don't want to have to be your motivation coach. That's not what I'm here for. I'm looking for people who are looking. I did not have to have a motivational talk with any of the leaders in our organization. They saw what I saw and they wanted to get going and they ran. Very simple. That's why it's important to go through the numbers and go through them quickly. Okay? So somebody who's a self-starter. H is for hungry. As Mr. Les Brown says, you got to be hungry. So I'm looking for somebody who's a self-starter. That's the first checker. Second checker is someone who's resourceful. It's never about a lack of resources. It's about a lack of resourcefulness. People find money for the things that they want. Period. End of story. Now, I can talk to you specifically about the United States, and I promise you, anybody living in the United States, they can come up with $1,000 like that for anything that they want. People beg for what they need, and they spend money on what they want. Get that in your head. When you understand that, money's not going to be the issue. It's going to be a lack of resourcefulness that's the issue. And if somebody doesn't have the credibility with their network to muster up $1,000, if you don't know 10 people that will spot you $100, if you can't find 2 people that will invest $500 into your dream because they believe in you, then that's more about the person's character and lack of network, okay? Because your network determines your net worth. So if that person doesn't have that kind of credibility where they can come up with $1,000, then they have bigger issues than trying to start a business, okay? So I'm looking for that self-starter. I'm looking for somebody who's resourceful. I'm looking for somebody who's an influencer. So someone who their network respects them, looks up to them, and vice versa. So when we got into action, when we're going through our initial contact list, I promise you, talk to anyone that is a Sapphire. They will tell you, I knew I was going to enroll people. I knew so-and-so was going to say yes. Because that's just the posture, the confidence, and we know who we are. We know how we represent, how we show up. So you want to have an influencer. If I'm working with someone and we do a couple of Zoom launches and they get 10 people on and we've shown 20 people and no one has enrolled, then that's a problem because that person has no influence. They got 20 people to watch a presentation and no one enrolled. Well, now you know that person is not a person of influence. They're going to have to go and do some more personal development. They're going to have to build some better relationships. And they might be on a different track. That's not my runner. That's not who I'm looking for. I'll still, I'm going to support them, but I'm going to put them on the iboomhub.com, have them get some training and spend more time in that development and go meet some new people online and all of that. So influencer, coachable. Are you coachable? So we have a line of leadership, and for most of you, you've been probably some would consider you a little spoiled because you've had direct access to Holton Bucks because that's who I was working with, and I still work with him, and that's a very unique dynamic, and I really respect his time, and I want to make sure that each of us value the things that he's given us and what he gives us on flight school, on special training sessions, and at iboomhub.com. He has given us everything that we need in order to create the success that we have. So the things that I'm doing and teaching, that's a result of that dynamic. So we have the right information. Are you coachable enough to follow it? That's all. I'll take my ego, put it off to the side, because ego, the phrase, ego is not your amigo. Listen, I'm about getting rich. I'm focusing on getting rich. I'm focusing on making sure that you get rich. Okay, I don't need to be right. I want to be rich. So coach me, tell me what to do. It's done. It's a wrap. So we're looking for people who are coachable. That's another checker that we're looking at so they can follow direction. Most people are used to doing things and they think that their way is the best way. It's just human nature. We have to anticipate that as leaders so that we can course correct and get there before it even comes up. Listen, I just need to know that if I ask you to do this, you know that it's for your success and your benefit. And as long as you're willing to follow that direction, then we'll be fine. And, you can ask a question, but follow the direction. And then competitive. I like people who are competitive, okay? Not in the sense of I'm going to beat that person or we're going to beat that team. No, I'm looking for the individual that wants to be a better version of themselves. They're chasing that ever better version of themselves. Matthew McConaughey did a really good explanation. If you check out his Oscar speech, just put that in YouTube. He explains it really well, talking about I'm chasing the man that I'm going to be 5 years from now. And when I get there, I'm going to be chasing the man I'm going to be 5 years from then, because it's always about CNEI. Constant, never-ending improvement. That is what we do. Okay, Daily Personal Development, DPD, and CNEI, constant, never-ending improvement. All right? So these are the 5 checkers: self-starter, resourceful, influencer, coachable, competitive. And the task is very simple. Your first order of business, if you don't have 12 personals, okay, that's goal number 1, 12 personals. Then your next goal is 24, all right, 24 personals. That's your next goal. Then your next goal after that is 40. Okay, if you're at 40, then your next goal is going to be 52. If you're at 52, which I know you're not, but then after that you would go to 64, etc. So you want to bring them in 12 at a time. Okay, 12 at a time. Now, depending upon the structure of your organization right now, make sure that you're having a conversation with your Sapphire or above in terms of placement, where to place the individuals that you're bringing in, because there is a specific strategy. We do have the 2020 plan and iBoomerang, but we have to know the structure of your organization, because we're going to honor the 2020 plan, but there's a way to honor it depending upon how your structure and your organization looks. Okay? So that's the simplicity of it. What is your focus? Number 1, becoming a Sapphire. Number 2, breaking a Sapphire. And once you've done that, then you're going to go back to your significant goal. So everybody that's here is focusing on $10,000 a month. So everyone that's here is focusing on Emerald. Okay, Emerald is 80,000 in volume. 80,000 in volume is what? 2 sapphires on your left, 2 sapphires on your right, and you are Emerald. That's it. Talk to the sapphires and ask them how simple was it to go sapphire. Like all of us will tell you it was very simple. We put no thought at all into going sapphire. We just did it. Like it's not hard at all. And when you teach that to all of the people that you're bringing in, and every conversation that you have, listen, here's what I'm looking for. I'm looking for individuals that are wanting to earn an extra $2,500 to $5,000 a month, $2,500 to $5,000 a month. And I want to help them get to that level in the first 30 days. Is that you? If someone says, yes, that's me, great, let's get to work. And then what do? Hey, let's make a list of 100 people as fast as you possibly can. And our goal is to show all of those people in the next 7 days. We're gonna do 13 exposures a day for the next 7 days. You get all 13 on one presentation. We'll do one presentation a day. And in a week, we will have shown all 100 of your people. We will get enough to get you to Sapphire in your first week. That's how it goes. That's really how it goes. Is we're setting the tone. We're setting this pace because we're frenetic. We're doing volume and velocity, volume and velocity. The more and faster we show, the more and faster we grow. It is that simple. So For everyone else in your organization, I understand that we are a very unique group because we're blitzing. For everyone else, put them on the part-time diet. The part-time diet is what? 4 presentations a week. That's all we're asking. Can you commit to do 4 presentations a week? Now, presentations anywhere from 30 to 40 minutes. So that's about 2 hours, okay? Can you commit to 2 hours a week to your business, doing a very simple Zoom presentation? And then can you commit to enroll 2 people a month? 2 people a month. Now, if they're doing 4 presentations a week, now this is the magic numbers, 5. They want to have 5 qualified prospects at each presentation. That's the goal, all right? That's what they're shooting for, 5 qualified prospects at each presentation, and then they're going to commit to enroll 2 people each month and get 2 people registered for the event in August, which is Vision. So the registration part is probably the easiest because it's when they enroll, it's only $50 to register for the event. But that's it. So the part-timers, put them on that diet. 4 presentations a week that they do on a Zoom or what have you. I mean, it's got to be Zoom now, obviously, but they can do that. So again, that's 2 hours a week that they're dedicating to their business. And then enrolling 2 people a month, that's more than doable. And then registering 2 people for the Vision event in August. But everything else that we're doing, we're focusing on, okay, what's going to get me to Emerald? What's going to get me to Ruby? What's going to get me to Diamond? It's, again, the goal is 4 sapphires left, 4 sapphires right. Like, that's it. It's just that simple. So you'll notice that I'm always talking about 100 sapphires in 2020 because I know that's going to happen. It's probably already happened, but 100 sapphires in 2020 is what we're looking at, okay? So just wanted to give you that quick tip, that quick training, mindset, make it do what it do. I know you all have your number, whatever that number is, but that's the structure and the mindset that goes into getting it done and the conversations that you're having with people. So let's go out here and make some things happen. Let's keep making it do what it do. Boom!